My name is Megan James, and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the Megan James Show. So the purpose of our show is to provide personal development, ideas, advice, and tips, as well as business help and advice to entrepreneurs. We are so passionate about helping our local businesses, so most of our interviews are actually with local successful business owners. And when I say local, they're local to the Kernersville, Triad, North Carolina area. So we want to boost the local economy as well as provide real actionable advice for you guys, our listeners, the future and current business owners listening to this show. So without further ado, here's our show. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope you are all doing fantastic today. And I just wanted to say, first off, thank you for joining us. My name is Megan James. This is the Megan James Show. And I'm here to talk about everything related to lifestyle design and business. So part of that can be discussing entrepreneurship, high-performing habits, how to develop things like that, how to become the person that you've always wanted to become, how to bring into your life the things that you've always thought you could accomplish, always wanted to accomplish, that kind of thing. So we've talked before, everything from personal relationships in your life to developing high-performing habits, to talking to business owners about what things they've been able to implement in their businesses that have worked, what things haven't worked, and how to overcome those things. Today is a crucial episode for you guys. With everything going on, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of unknowing. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. There's really no way to predict just how bad our economy is going to be when all of this gets squared away, when the coronavirus is pretty much decimated and we are out of quarantine. I can say that most of us who have worked from home will have a damn good tan and will have a lot of debt from Amazon. But in reality, no one knows how bad the economy will be. We do know right now that there are a lot of small businesses that are suffering. And you guys know that small businesses are like my joy, my light. They're the people that I want to help the most. Not that I don't care about everyone, I do, but I know where my specialties lie. And developing entrepreneurs, developing a small business owner mindset with the idea and concepts of a big business. That's how I can bring into effect, bringing this economy up maybe. Maybe if I can influence just a couple of people, if I can influence a couple of small business owners and change the way they're thinking, to change their practices, and maybe help them get out of what's going on, then my mission here is done. So today I just basically want to take a second and thank each of you for not giving up on me or this podcast, and just to continue using it as a source of information to grow yourselves and your businesses. I can't even begin to imagine how COVID is actually affecting all of you personally. And I hate that we're all being placed in a position of fear and insecurity and not knowing what could come next. So I hope I can provide you all with some helpful wisdom, techniques, or life advice just to help us get through this and the remainder of the year. I want to talk for a second. I know a lot of you either have lost your jobs, or you're working from home, or, have some way been affected financially by this already. So I kind of want to talk about some things that if you're interested, I'm by no means forcing this down anybody's throat. If you don't want to run a small business from your house, if you don't want to run a hustle to make some extra cash, to make ends meet, I get it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. And maybe you just want to spend your time with your family. I get it. But if you do want to pursue something else, some of these ideas you can actually do with your family. So if you want to involve them in your business, maybe teach your kids how to do finances, how to balance your assets versus liabilities and things like that within a business, your P&L. So I really want to talk about some small options you have right now that are pretty affordable. And I did my research. I'll be honest, I use Amazon because, one, I'm an Amazon affiliate, and two, I've been using Amazon since it was books, since it just sold books online. Yeah, I gave you my age. It's cool. I'm a millennial. I accept it. But most of the stuff I've done, the research I've done, I have checked prices between Amazon and eBay. And these are more affordable options to maybe help you make ends meet during this time. And I hope that this will help you out. So let's talk about things that people are still buying. People are still buying things like t-shirts, especially those with graphic designs. Those are huge right now. And how do I know this? Personal experience, guys. We had to run to Target the other day for essentials, for an essential grocery visit, because I can't with Walmart. I cannot support the Walden family. I don't like the atmosphere. I don't like a lot of the way things are laid out in the store. I don't like the business behind it. So I do my best to avoid Walmart at all costs, especially with this awesome plague that we have going on. But I did go to Target, and while I was there, I thought, well, all I'm wearing now is t-shirts pretty much at the house. Right now I'm sitting in a pair of ripped jeans and a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt that I found at Target. They have come up with a collection of vintage t-shirts, and I'm so happy. They have Metallica, Fender t-shirts, Guns N' Roses, MTV, NASA, Dragon Ball Z, The Office, all kinds of these vintage shirts that are freaking awesome. And I fully support that. I got a couple of t-shirts while I was there and was really, really stoked. But I realized that even with everything going on, I'm still buying t-shirts, and I'm not the only one. There was graphic hats there. People are still buying like flags. I saw somebody pick up a Blink-182 flag the other day, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. There's just different things that people are still going to continue to buy that still have to be made by somebody. So t-shirt machines, they cost a couple $100s to buy. Think about whatever message you have to say to the world right now that you want to get out on a huge scale. Is it, fuck you world, fuck you 2020, come on 2021? Or how about something inspiring like, this too will pass after gas X? Maybe nothing like that. I don't fucking know. Whatever tickles your fancy. But if you have like a serious message that you want to put out there on a t-shirt, you could even put out something like, let's see the real entrepreneurs, hashtag 2020 quarantine or something like that. It would be really fun just to see what kind of message you guys want to put out there and how to get that out on a grand scale. Go ahead and try it. A couple $100. People are always going to need t-shirts. I think you can use those on hats as well, but do your research and see which one's most versatile and what's within your budget, and make sure you look at the ratings, because some only have like six or seven ratings, while others have in the thousands. So make sure you're looking for those in the thousands with good 4 and 5 stars. 3D printers. So these are actually also a couple $100s to buy. And I didn't realize that. It wasn't until I started researching them that I realized that they're super inexpensive in the grand scheme of things. I thought they would be like $500, $600, which there are some that are larger scale. But the smaller scale 3D printers are super cheap, which is awesome because you can do so many things with those. You can pretty much produce almost anything with them. I actually just read an article about a Boy Scout who used his to make plastic pieces to go behind surgical masks to relieve the strain and soreness from the ears that comes from wearing the N92 mask all day. He's making these and actually donating them to hospitals far and wide to relieve the strain from nurses and hospital staff that have to keep wearing these masks all day throughout their whole shift. So that's a really, really cool way of implementing it. What could you do to help the battle going on right now? Can you think of something even just for you? Maybe you wanted to add a part to your motorcycle and you couldn't find it because your bike is like mine. It's a 2004 Kawasaki Ninja. They don't make new parts for those bikes, but you can make, and I'm talking cosmetic parts, guys. So like framework is a no-go. You can't make, something that's going to go on like the pipes or something that's going to go with the suspension. I'm talking about something cosmetic. So you can easily make a part for your bike, color it out, make it look right. I mean, honestly, there's so many things you could do, and you can still sell these on Amazon, eBay, on your own website, get an Etsy store, whatever the case is, or you can donate them. Just think about what you could do. There's also online retail arbitrage. So retail arbitrage is when a seller buys goods from a retail stores like Walmart and then later sells them at a higher price on Amazon or eBay. You guys have heard me talk about how I do this with Marshalls. Before all the quarantine happened, I'd go into places like Marshalls and TJ Maxx. I'd buy super low priced items, pick them up on sale that I knew were going to sell quick by doing a quick search on eBay. I'd figure out what was selling fast, what the selling price is going for. I'd buy something in that profit range that I was looking for, flip it, sell it online. I try to buy multiples of one item. So it saved me having to list multiple items in different descriptions. It saved time, it saved money. That was one thing that you could do. But right now, with everything going on, shelter-in-place orders and things like that, it's kind of hard to get out to these retail places. So that's why buying online can be huge. Buying products from stores can be time-consuming. It requires a lot of physical work, while online arbitrage actually allows you to sell as well as buy online. So you can actually cut out that middle guy altogether. You can buy directly from the distributor. Say, I hate to use it, but say Alibaba or AliExpress. You find a pair of motorcycle jeans that you can pick up for $15 on AliExpress. And AliExpress actually allows you to demo a product. So say you're looking to buy 500 pocket knives, but you really want to test the quality first. You don't want to sell anything that you don't agree with. So you can actually buy 2 or 3 of these knives on AliExpress for like 20 cents each. Get them shipped to you. They turn out to be exactly what you're looking for. You can go through Alibaba and then order 500 of them or 100 of them for whatever their requirement is. They have a base requirement of bulk that you have to order at once. And then you can actually have them brand it for you. And then they'll ship it either directly to you, or you can have them ship it directly to the Amazon distribution center. Now, you have to be an Amazon FBA employee basically to do this. So you actually have to fill out the application, be accepted, and immediately begin your store's use, because if you let it sit, they'll actually close your account, which could cause problems reopening it. So don't become a Amazon FBA seller until you're absolutely ready to get products out there into the market. Right now, it's really hard to do that because last I checked, as of like March, Amazon had denied any new FBA orders. So that was causing problems for a lot of resellers because they have these shipments coming in from their wholesalers that they need to get to FBA as a new item, like a new shipment. They have to re-up it or whatever. The existing FBA orders were not touched. They were not affected. But if you had new ones coming in, you'd already ordered your wholesale orders, you can no longer put them on Amazon right now because Amazon is shifting focus to things like medical supplies, and they're trying to get those out to the right people. Great idea, but it's really affecting the small business owners. So Amazon FBA may not be a good option for you right now. Especially with the overseas factories, they're not running at the same rate due to the pandemic, and the need to social distance. There's just a whole lot of issues that are going around right now in regards to like wholesaling and the impact on your business. Just be really, really careful. If I were you, if you were just starting out, I would start out on eBay and just sell what's in your house. Used stuff. Maybe you have a desk Yoda that you're not using. Or, I don't know, something less strange. Maybe like an old t-shirt that's vintage, a rock t-shirt. Those sell really good. In fact, you can sell a vintage AC/DC, and I'm talking vintage, like from the beginning. Vintage, like AC/DC shirt for over $100. Crazy, but true. Things like that. Do your research. Make sure you do the sell-through rates. I've talked about 30, 60, 90-day sell-through rates. Make sure you're doing your research. I am a big fan of Terapeak. You actually have to subscribe to a Terapeak subscription, but it's a great thing to have, so check it out. I would start doing those things first, just retail arbitrage, and you can still buy online. Like you can still buy things from, I don't know how AliExpress is doing. I haven't tested them recently, but you could try buying online low and sell, but the only issue is it may not get here till May or June. So if you're trying to make a quick flip, may not be right for you. Now, if you're trying to get your wholesaling business going around June, then sure, if you have the ability to go ahead and buy the product, take that loss right now because you're not going to have that money for the next couple of months at least. Take that loss for now, a couple $100 or whatever it is, sit on the product. You also have to have the space and then be ready to distribute it in the coming months. And that's one thing. Just make sure if you're doing Amazon FBA, you have to be ungated for certain sales. So that means you have to be qualified to sell certain products. So you actually have to have an Amazon FBA account or an Amazon seller account just to see if you have ungated access to something. You have to apply to sell it, and they can deny it. So make sure before you buy products to sell on there that you actually have an account, it's active, you've tried it out, you figured out the kinks and everything like that, and that you're qualified to sell what item you're looking at to buy before you actually buy it. So that's why I recommend buying one or two things. Try selling it, see how it goes. If you're able to sell more, then you can buy more, sell more. The point is, people are still buying online now more than ever. People are buying everything from toilet paper to dishwashing liquid to clothes and other things that they can't get elsewhere due to the quarantine. They're buying things they would normally buy in stores, but since they're not allowed to go shopping, the stores like, the place I work, the grocery store, we have been out, we get a truck in, we put all the stuff out, it's gone by that evening. So, people are buying more stuff online. Use this opportunity to put your stuff on the net that you would buy online. So if you're looking, what have you bought in the last couple of weeks? Have you bought like dishwashing liquid online? Have you bought sponges online? Things like that. What have you bought online? If you can figure out what you would normally buy, what you would normally look for, that'll give you a great idea of where to start. Here's some of the last purchases I've made on Amazon just this week. Well, I'll take that back. Just this past week, because it's Monday now, right? So just this past week, I bought an elevation exercise mask, to fight the Rona and the Rona rolls. I bought some photography accessories, books and things like that. Dishwashing liquid, a huge ass bottle that should last the whole year. A shit ton of sponges to clean literally everything. Tanning lotion, because your girl working from home now, and she has the opportunity to get back her natural complexion. Yes, boo-boo, I sure do. Alinza soft chews is our dog's meds.